with Chris Perez of Specialized Pipe Technologies, and Chris is going to tell us a little bit about what you guys do.
Thank you, Kerry. Yes, I'm Chris Perez of Specialized Pipe Technologies. We've been in business for 20 years, and we specialize in camera inspections, cleaning, and pipelining for sewer and storm drain pipes. We go from 2-inch kitchen lines up to 36-inch building drains. We specialize in condominium and HOA neighborhoods. I personally cover from Pasco all the way down to Manatee and Sarasota, over to Hillsborough. So yes, Florida is known for its aging cast iron pipe systems, often failing and costing thousands to repair or replace. So we've been doing this for over 20 years of non-invasive pipe rehabilitation, and it leaves our customers with years of worry-free time to spend doing what they love instead of worrying about their sewer pipes. So that's the introduction to us and kind of what we do.
Okay, so here's the big thing about pipelining that some people may not realize. When you go in and have pipes replaced, it can get very expensive. And it's not necessarily the pipes that are expensive, it's the labor-intensive cost. With pipe lining, do you guys do any structural damages while you're doing pipelining versus the other?
So typically no, and what we call that is traditional pipe replacement. What we do is non-destructive and typically non-invasive. So yes, you're correct. When traditionally you have to replace a pipe, you got to think of everything that's between you and that pipe needs to get removed, whether it be drywall, studs in the wall, or concrete that you have to get into. In order to replace that pipe, everything has to be removed so you can access the pipe. With pipe lining, what we do is we'll go in either from the outside clean out or a roof vent drain, or sometimes, a lot of times the worst thing we have to do is pull a toilet. So it's extremely non-invasive, and it's a lot quicker and certainly more cost effective than the traditional kind of replacements.
So when you say pipe clean out, you're talking about out in the yard or the property you're digging up to find like a point to where you guys can, I forget what they call that. I know there was a name for it.
It's called clean out. Yep. It's usually outside. If it's somewhere where the sewer exits the building, there's typically a white cap. It usually has a screw on it. A lot of people run them over with their lawnmowers. So yeah, usually what we'll do to gain access there is we would actually take that screw out and access it through there.
And you take the camera and you go down. How far can you go? I mean, let's say you're dealing with a huge high rise. How do you do that?
That's a great question, Kerry. So our typical camera reels for the small camera, and we say small camera for anything 4 inches and less. Those camera reels are about 100 to 150 feet long. So if we're in a huge high rise, say a 22-story building, what we would then have to do is we would camera from the roof vent down as far as we can go, and then we would stop, and then we'd have to get access either through a toilet, or usually those buildings have a wall clean out somewhere. So the same thing as outside, but inside, it would be on the wall. Sometimes there's an access panel covering it. So we would uncover that, in which we use the camera to locate where that is. So the camera also, part of our camera system has a locator on it. So we can actually locate where that camera is and then find any kind of discrepancies there, or find a clean out for another access point.
When you say locator, like a GPS?
Basically, yeah, there's a sonde on the end of the camera. And what that does is sends out like I think it's 512 megahertz signal, and it kind of beeps and goes off. And then they take a wand, so to speak, and they can wave that wand around up and down, side to side, and figure out and pinpoint exactly where that pipe is.
Oh,
or
cool.
Problem. So say you had a crack in the pipe. The camera reel also takes a foot counter as it's going down. So if we notice a crack, it's say we're in a 10-story building and we go down at 50 feet, it'll say it on the camera, we're at 50 feet. And then we notice there's a crack. What we can do then is stop the camera right there, go locate where it is, mark it with either blue tape or another method. And then we can, mark that for the board to know exactly where it is.